Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I am your host, Older Bro.
I'm your other host, Younger Bro.
And today, we continue in Danganronpa, where we're not getting the knife, apparently.
No.
Well, what if I have a witness?
Who will be a witness for my lord? What do you think, Hina? Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Yeah, remember?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and the knife's still there. When I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, well, the knife's gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Well, yeah.
Huh.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there.
So this
did
is
you
all
ever see
voice
me come
dialogue,
into the
right?
dining hall?
Yeah, this is all being... Put in your headphones.
No, it's too fucking loud.
Well, then put them near your head.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Objection!
Then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl!
How
And
dare
more
you?
importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Yeah, good on you,
Yeah.
good on you.
Speaking of which,
Defend yourself.
I'd like to ask the
Also, I
boys,
can now
if
definitely
there
hear
is
the,
troubles, do they also
the Toradora voice in her.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is there an accomplice?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief. Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Oh god, I'm ruining the
I didn't
case!
go to the
Damn it!
dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure. But can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh, boy!
Right? Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
You failed to mention that.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
He doesn't even know her name.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
Wow, that's so
Which
nice.
means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not
No.
allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Well, of course not! Then you wouldn't be able to have... never mind!
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's
Ha!
unwholesome.
Shut up!
I'm a girl. You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Better
If
be.
it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility.
Why are they hiding this information?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Oh yeah, who was that?
Say so in the first place.
Seriously!
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Sayaka.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took
was then taken from her and she was killed with it, in that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
And the case is reopened.
So that's how you
Wow.
twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
That would be correct if he did it.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Can I get you to write one of my books?
This guy would be good at
Damn, if
writing.
I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering?
Exactly.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, seriously.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Of course. Your first Hangman's Gambit's about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely.
Who
As things
wouldn't?
advance further, the Hangman's Gambit will take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known.
Oh,
Complete
great.
the phrase by shooting the letters in the right order.
You have to do this by mouse.
Oh my fucking god. Use the mouse to aim. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll damage your influence gauge. You fail if you reach a 0. Good luck. Something that should have been absent from the scene, but wasn't. We can just figure out what that is.
Something that was absent from the scene.
Probably hair.
Hair, yes.
Yeah.
Hair.
No.
Arm.
Thank you. Answer.
Now I understand.
Yeah. Complete!
Boom!
Okay, so that's actually a bit difficult if you don't know the letter.
Yeah.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true. Very
He sounds like Master Roshi.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
It's in fact impossible.
Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you
Exactly.
sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Huh?
No.
Huh?
There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
First off, he just doesn't have the
I
heart.
would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly
Yeah.
certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was
Clearly.
clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Of course.
Yeah, they took off the door knob.
The killer struggled to getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. There it is. The Oh, wait, not the door frame, the door knob.
Doorknob.
Present key item.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part
It wasn't broken, it
unscrewed?
was taken out.
And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Yeah, that's pretty broken.
Yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
No, because I knew how to open the door.
Break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoto said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but Is that the key point here?
He knew how to open it.
Yeah. There's a bit more to learn about no self-debates. Holy fuck! From here on, the number of weak spots will start going up. There we go.
Alright.
But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie. So, lots of weak spots, one lie. Not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and you'll not only fail to refute what they said, but you'll lower your trust with everyone.
Oh boy.
If your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic. Okay, so
Shit,
let's watch
one
through.
lie.
Yeah, so let's watch through and see what they say first, as we do.
Bathroom door frame.
Come on. Thank you.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yep.
Yes.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Yep.
Then the killer ran after her.
None of her stuff's false.
And they got into the bathroom.
Sure.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
Why?
Because Sayaka had locked it.
Wrong.
Wrong.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
True.
To finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
You, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Well, you're just a bundle of,
Joy.
It's not because the door was locked. There's a different reason entirely.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka was
Interesting, the control button doesn't actually work.
Killer ran
Huh.
after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At
Come
that
on.
point, the killer had to try
Yep.
and bust down the door.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Sayaka
That-
had locked it.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong!
I shot you!
Yeah.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't
Yeah.
because
In the abridged, he actually just says, OBJECTION!
Yeah.
For at least one of them. But he also says, no, wait, that's wrong.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
It is
know
true!
her voice too.
bathroom door open.
Yeah. I don't know what it's from, though.
Because it was stuck.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always
My
watching.
bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep.
Yep, I can testify! Wait, am I allowed to do that?
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door. That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get
Oh.
Okay,
Yep.
but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
in. The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The
Yep.
killer is convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail of this crime scene they didn't know was the crime took place in my room. This one's weirded wordly.
Yeah.
It's they didn't know it was in his room.
That it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
Yep.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yep.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless
Is it?
act.
Sorry if we're not talking too much. Just interesting
Yeah.
listening to him.
Yeah, that's the point. The problem is a lot of this is just them talking.
I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Yep, I knew how to open my door.
You're right.
Be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Which would be basically everyone.
Couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, dumbasses.
Then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But
No.
Huh.
what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here.
Yeah, seriously, you'll all die if you choose wrong.
Yeah.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not.
Oh, I've got thoughts and questions.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
What happened to my boyfriend?
You.
Oh.
You gotta sound so disappointed.
I can't do her voice, unfortunately.
It's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I should
so,
throw a clip in that from since I
well,
have it.
I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Good question.
Yes. How
She's
did the
thinking.
killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
You can't break in!
You would have to be the world's best lockpicker.
Nope, they're unpickable.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Mizuno just... let 'em
Mizuno.
in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me?
Oh boy.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. The answer's right there.
Yeah, she asked you not to open the room.
Yeah. I can click on these, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Dying message. It's not her wrist.
No.
Switching rooms, probably.
Yeah, that one.
Traded rooms. Sayaka asked to switch when someone attempted to force their way into a room and she became frightened. That one. Okay.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you too. Oh, sorry, it's me. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't you open the door for anyone.
It's male.
Yeah. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Yeah, what?
Knowing what she'd
Why
been
did you
through,
open it?
I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
She was psychic.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the room wrong, the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Good job!
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
That is totally how that works.
Huh.
Not fake. That's because you put too much force on the paper, and it just goes into the next paper.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Yep, always take the paper out first.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Shut up,
Respect the
Holmes.
classics.
Respect the classics, man!
I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Oh,
Which
god
means
damn it.
Only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No.
Absolutely I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Huh.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note
To
was
kill him.
likely her way of
Whoever
getting
it
in
was.
touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Shut up, Porkins.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Fuck you.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened. Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well then, pay attention.
My god, she is so, like, weird voiced.
Yeah.
Here we go again! My god, I didn't realize it would be this
takes
long.
so fucking long.
No wonder they, like, quickened it up in the abridged.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yep.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other
Nope.
words,
No.
even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
Wait, so does that mean that when they like, what if Sayaka slept in Makoto's room while he was still in there? Would it, like, the nameplate become Sayaka and Makoto's room? Since they fucking update? The killer went to my room and says Sayaka's, and the reason for that is... Yeah, they just give away the answer if you don't go fast enough.
Switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place it specifically
It's that one.
says, my
Nope.
room. I see.
Sorry, it's the next
So
one.
if someone read that, then they would have gone to Sayaka. Exactly.
That one.
The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong!
Wrong. God.
Break!
This is gonna take like another hour.
I hope not.
And Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Do you think Sayaka's with
So
them?
what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yep.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Right.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates.
Sayaka.
The only other person who knew we had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even notice.
So she was trying to defend
Yep.
herself by
You
switching
can also
rooms.
infer as much from the
No,
note.
she was trying to get him to come to her room.
Huh.
If she wanted to defend herself, she would have let him kill Makoto.
I see.
Yeah. Check the nameplate,
She
yep.
specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Yep.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room.
My god, this is so
Where the
fucking
answer-
convoluted. And this is only medium tier, like, difficulty. Imagine this on higher difficulty.
Probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Seriously.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes,
Sounds right.
I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Well, the reason I know
Because
is
I
if you look at her wrist, there's
investigated
no
myself.
doubt. Well, just go look at her wrist.
Broken wrist.
Yeah, it literally just is the wrist.
I got it!
Like, it tells you what to
Yeah.
do.
What to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely
Yeah.
have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
Which means it should be on the killer's hands.
And
Yeah.
there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
I like this
Yeah,
guy.
he's
Then it's
creepy
about
as
time
fuck.
to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to... Motherfucker! Yes, absolutely! Are you getting used to these non-stop debates?
No.
Fucking yes! Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute a proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots. Ah! Okay, so Q is now the cycle, or mouse wheel. Oh, perfect.
Yep.
If the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Oh no.
Mean. Game mean.
So, yeah, I wonder what the... I want to see if it shows what the logic is.
Oh boy.
Oh, these are the bullets. So we have the sword sheath, the kitchen knife set, and the replica sword.
Alright.
When the fighting broke out,
So,
the culprit grabbed the sword.
sure.
And
Kitchen
that's when
knife
the
set.
first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
Maybe. I'm not actually sure.
That's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her way.
That'd be the knife
Then
set.
the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, well, there's clearly something wrong. Let me... If I go to a person with the sword attacked first. Right, okay. Got it. The sheath. So, I can look at the evidence, right? So, yeah. If I look at the sheath. The sheath was some distance away, and it's scratched with a sharp object. If you're going to attack someone, you'd remove the sheath.
Yeah.
So,
The culprit grabbed, and that's when the first blow was the sword-based sneak attack.
No.
That's what broke Miss
God damn it.
Mizono's wrist.
Did you miss it?
yeah, it's because it didn't go fast enough. It's weird how it doesn't go fast enough.
Now we have to listen to it again.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong! Okay, so
Break.
I like this bit now. Now that they've made it, so it's like...
No.
yeah.
I don't think the fight started with the sword.
It, in fact, started with the pen, because it's mightier than the sword.
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Exactly.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
We got you,
If the
sir.
sword was used
We got you.
There wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a
Notice they aren't...
defensive
She isn't saying she got attacked with the kitchen knife.
Yeah.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Sayaka.
I get it. So here's
Yep.
how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then
Nope.
they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
Nope.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then
So
after
it was
they broke her
defense?
wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yeah, we'll come to whatever conclusion she's about to come to next time, guys. Until then, remember,
God,
the future is
how
very
long are these
uncertain,
shit?
and this case is very uncertain. I mean, I know what happened, but you're uncertain. Also, you guys are awesome, and there'll be more Two Bros Game Night next time. See you then!
Goodbye.